I have something for you today that I've never heard of. Not that I read a lot of prophecies and things like that, but I do like to pull them out and compare them, which was going to be my next video. But I found something, thanks to a subscriber, that not only have I not heard of, but actually predicts exactly the end of the planet, how things will transpire, and those awakened, what will happen to them. It's very specific. You may have heard this before by this source that I'm going to name. And this is so extensive that I'm going to dedicate an entire video to it. I think it's going to shock you like it did me. You ready? Buckle up. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. I am here to help you break through fear. That's my whole platform. Fear is just a limitation and a story. We've got to stop the stupid stories, the separation, the judgment. But if you don't do that, I've got something for you today that may be very shocking, that tells what will happen if we don't do that. I hope you subscribe and share these videos because I think people need to hear some of these things that I have not seen out on the internet. All right, this is about the last prophecy of Peter Deunov. I hope I pronounced that right. I never heard of him. He was born in 1864 and he died in 1944. And just before his deathbed, he revealed some things about what we are, why we need to get our act together, and what could potentially happen here. And I believe you may be absolutely shocked, even if you've heard of this. Now, why did I never study this? Well, he was a representative of the Great White Brotherhood. That was a turnoff for me. But the truth is, we should never judge a book by its title or cover, because he was also known as the White Lodge, the Ascended Masters, or Lightworkers. Pick your title, who guide the spiritual evolution of humanity. Peter Deunov had over 40,000 disciples in Bulgaria before the Nazis and then the communists persecuted them and drove them underground. He had quite the teachings and the followers. Albert Einstein and other amazing people read his teachings and subscribed to them. But it's the last prophecy that I want to bring to your attention, and we may study him later on. He made this shortly before his death, and it affects you and I. I'm going to read it, and this might be a two-parter. And the video after this that I was going to do today, I'm going to be comparing these predictions of what that ending means. This one's pretty profound. Here's what he says. During the passage of time, the consciousness of man traversed a very long period of obscurity. This phase, which the Hindus call Kali Yuga, is on the verge of ending. We find ourselves today at the frontier between two epochs, that of Kali Yuga and that of the new era that we are entering. This is exciting, right? Wait. A gradual improvement is already occurring in the thoughts, sentiments, and acts of humans, but everybody will soon be subjugated to divine fire. Oops, just when we thought we were getting off the hook. That will purify and prepare them in regards to the new era. What does that mean? Is it physical? Thus, man will raise himself and woman to a superior degree of consciousness, indispensable to his entrance to the new life. It's required to enter the new life. That is what one understands by ascension. Now we're going to find out what this actually means. Some decades will pass before this fire will come. And by the way, you got to remember, he gave this in, when did he die? 1944. Some decades. We're in the some decades. Some decades will pass before this fire will come. We haven't heard this one in my last videos that I compared this final phase to. It will come that will transform the world by bringing it a new moral. We're seeing this. Can't get away with anything now, right? It's coming to the light. This immense wave comes from cosmic space and will inundate the entire earth. Uh-oh, this is new. All those that attempt to oppose it will be carried off and transferred elsewhere. This sounds exactly like what Chris Bledsoe said and Dolores Cannon. Going to another space. What does that mean? All those that attempt to oppose it will be carried off and transferred elsewhere. Although the inhabitants of this planet do not all find themselves at the same degree of evolution, the new wave will be felt by each one of us. And this transformation will not only touch the Earth, but the ensemble of the entire cosmos. A fire coming from the cosmos enveloping Earth? Is this literal? The best and only thing that man can do now is to turn towards God and improve himself consciously to elevate his vibratory level so as to find himself in harmony with the powerful wave that will soon submerge him. What is this wave? The fire of which I speak that accompanies the new conditions offered to our planet will rejuvenate, purify, reconstruct everything. Now this is getting a little better. The matter will be refined. Your hearts will be liberated from anguish, troubles, incertitude, and they will become luminous. Everything will be improved, elevated. The thoughts, sentiments, and negative acts will be consumed and destroyed. Oh, that's the part don't want to participate in. Shut her down. Your present life is a slavery, a heavy prison. I just want to note, he didn't say by somebody else. Understand your situation and liberate yourself from it. You are in a prison and you have a door that has not been locked, and you're in there. You can open that door anytime, and that's what he means. We are in circumstances that seem like imprisonment and punishment, but we can liberate ourselves. I tell you this, exit from your prison. It is really sorry to see so much misleading, so much suffering, so much incapacity to understand where one's true happiness lies. Everything that is around you will soon collapse and disappear. Nothing will be left of this civilization, nor its perversity. The entire earth will be shaken, and no trace will be left of this erroneous culture that maintains men under the yoke of ignorance. Earthquakes are not only mechanical phenomenon, their goal is also to awaken the intellect and the heart of humans so that they liberate themselves from their errors and their follies, and that they understand that they are not the only ones in this universe. A day of reckoning is coming, or a time period, I believe. Our solar system this is getting good. Our solar system is now traversing a region of the cosmos where a constellation that was destroyed left its mark, its dust. This crossing of a contaminated space is a source of poisoning, not only for the inhabitants of Earth, but for all the inhabitants of the other planets of our galaxy. Only the suns are not affected by the influence of this hostile environment. This is very specific. This region is called the 13th zone. One also calls it the zone of contradictions. Our planet was enclosed in this region for thousands of years, but finally we are approaching the exit of this space of darkness, and we are on the point of attaining a more spiritual region where more evolved beings live. I believe these are beings that don't exist in human form. Let's go on. The earth is now following an ascending movement, and everyone should force themselves to harmonize with the currents of the ascension. Those who refuse to subjugate themselves to this orientation will lose the advantage of good conditions that are offered in the future to elevate themselves. Everyone's invited. They will remain behind in evolution. We've heard that. Chris said this. You will be left behind. Dolores Cannon, you will be left behind. They will remain behind in evolution and must wait tens of millions of years for the coming of a new ascending wave. Now we're getting specific. I'm loving this. This is great. Okay, I think we can finish this. Let's see. The Earth, the solar system, the universe are all being put in a new direction under the impulsion of love. Most of you still consider love as a derisory force, but in reality, it is the greatest of all forces. Money and power continue to be venerated as if the course of your life depended upon it. In the future, all will be subjugated to love, and all will serve it. But it is through suffering and difficulties that the consciousness of man will be awakened. We don't make decisions unless our back's up against the wall. Usually dark night of the soul. Well, we don't have to go there, but if you're pushed to it and you're already in an ascended state, you will not suffer. The terrible predictions of the prophet Daniel written in the Bible relate to the epoch that is opening. There will be floods, hurricanes, gigantic fires, and earthquakes that will sweep away everything. Blood will flow in abundance. I didn't want to hear that. There will be revolutions. Terrible explosions will resound in numerous regions of the earth. There, where there is earth, water will come. And there, where there is water, earth will come. Edgar Cayce spoke of this. Yeah, lands rising and waters coming in. God is love, yet we are dealing here with a chastisement, a reply by nature against the crimes perpetuated by man since the night of time against his mother, the earth. What did Cayce say? We're doing it. That all these things happening on planet Earth? Yes, this is a chastisement, a reply by nature against the crimes perpetrated by man against his mother, the earth. This is just not happening to us. We're doing it. After these sufferings, those that will be saved, the elite, will know the golden age. Harmony and unlimited beauty. Thus keep your peace and your faith when the time comes for suffering and terror, because it is written that not a hair will fall from the head of the just. Don't be discouraged. Simply follow your work of personal perfection. You have no idea the grandiose future that awaits you. A new earth will soon see day. In a few decades, the work will be less exacting, and each one will have the time to consecrate spiritual, intellectual, and artistic activities. The question of rapport between man and woman will be finally resolved in harmony, each one having the possibility of following their aspirations. The relations of couples will be founded on reciprocal respect and esteem. I'm sorry, but I got to say it. Chris Bledsoe said the divine feminine is coming in. It cannot be stopped. It sounds like that. And she says, the divine lady that speaks to him said there will be a balance that will come back in. And this reiterates that. Humans will voyage through the different planes of space and break through intergalactic space. They will study their functioning and will rapidly be able to know the divine world to fusion with the head of the universe. The new era is that of the sixth race. We keep hearing that. Cayce, the Hopi. Your predestination is to prepare yourself for it, to welcome it, and to live it. The sixth race will build itself around the idea of fraternity. There will be no more conflicts of personal interests. The single aspiration of each one will be to conform itself to the law of love. The sixth race will be that of love. A new continent will be formed for it. It will emerge from the Pacific so that the Most High can finally establish his place on this planet. I'm going to start in the second half in another video, part 2. It starts out, the founders of this new civilization, I call them brothers of humanity or children of love. I'm going to give you that part 2. I want you to just remember the last 2 videos I did, taking what different prophets and seers and just spiritual people are sharing about this time period we're going into. There is a great separation. What actually happens in detail, it varies, but not so greatly. There seems to be another space that we go into. Is it physical? Is it just spiritual? Is it dimensional? Not one of them exactly names that. This is probably the most specific one that I have read. And there's more to come about this ascension, which, by the way, decades takes us exactly here. And the divine feminine coming in, as Chris Bledsoe shared, definitely aligns. And everything that Cayce said about the cataclysmic events happening on the planet. Well, can we adjust those? Yes. But there are things that have been done that cannot be rectified except for by the repercussions of planet Earth saying, this is what you did to me. We can go into the future and lessen the effects of these devastating events of fires, earthquakes, and all kinds of things. However, the destiny of our planet and humanity always entails a struggle or something really radical that pushes people to make decisions. If you're comfortable, you're like, I'm fine, everything's great, hunky-dory, right? Well, McFly, something big is coming. It already is here. We're seeing earthquakes, we're seeing fires, tornadoes, flooding. It's all happening. The U.S. is getting pummeled, except for Florida so far. But you know what? No one's going to escape this. You can't run from it. Guess how you get out of it? Well, you don't get out of it. You transform this Stop fighting with your neighbors. Create options instead of complaining about these things. Give me an option for not doing certain things, for not buying certain things, for not behaving a certain way, and love your neighbor. Give, 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 because nothing in the physical world you can take with you. I have more to come. I'm going to do a part 2 on Monday. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to take and I'm going to plug it in and compare all these together along with this one and see what the similarities are. I promised you this last time, but this to me was much more exciting because I want to include it in the Cayce, Bledsoe, Dolores Cannon, and even Jonathan Ashford. I included him. He didn't really say too much about what's happening, but I'm going to dig deeper into him too because he's still alive, and it's always good to reach out to these people. Are you excited about this? It sounds scary, but hey, you know what's scary? That we don't have an option. Guess what? We do. And it's real blatant. And we keep hearing it. And you guys are still in comments, some of you arguing with each other. No, this is how it is. Good luck with that. Somebody said, "Oh, you disagreed with Bashar. Bye." And we all said bye. Are you going to grab your toys and go home every time somebody says something that you don't agree with? That's ego. We must respect each other's opinions. Diversity is beautiful and start to celebrate it. No, we're not going to tolerate the ignorance and the violence and all the things that are going on. But what are you doing about it? As they said in The Devil Wears Prada, you're doing this, and I want to hear this. Go inward, my friend. We're going to talk about the brothers of humanity and the children of love. We're on the precipice of it. Those of you who haven't purchased my book, I actually talk about the tipping point and what happens and what you must go into if you want to participate in. You can't cut corners on this, my friend. So get ready. I hope that those of you who want to join my YouTube membership, that's down in the description. Also, I have businesses that sell non-toxic, non-plastic, no animal testing products. You get discounts on those. Start filtering your water. Stop using plastic. Stop using plastic. You cannot be a part of the repercussion of planet Earth against us for what we've done to it, not as punishment, but because it's what we have done to her, right? We've poisoned her, and we're going to see that happening unless we put a stop to it. More options, my friends. Start inventing, creating, get artistic, write books, teach, give, volunteer. Create that new community, and you'll participate in it. Very excited about part 2. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful. I have free webinars down there too. Whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Get ready. Fun stuff. Don't try and figure out when this is going to happen or the details, right? Just work on it. And I promise you, things are going to happen in your life that'll blow your mind. Very exciting stuff. Manifestation, paranormal, that's beautiful. Beings showing up, orbs. We're going to celebrate it because we're not the only ones in this universe, right? Or this galaxy. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.